Hello, everyone, and welcome to another high elo game of Age of Empires. Today, our lactose-sensitive stomach is paying for the pint of ice cream I had yesterday as DracKeN, playing as the purple Magyars, prepares to duke it out with Villese playing as the blue Vietnamese. Now, while the players heard their herdables explore their immediate and closed-off surroundings and try to go up to feudal and potentially castle as fast as possible, let's take a look at the respective civ matchup we'll be watching today. Now, the Magyars are a fast-paced mounted civilization with a few cool features that make them very hard to deal with, potentially in the late game. Their scouts, their light cav, and their hussars all come in at 15% cheaper. All melee attack upgrades are free, and by that I mean forging, iron casting, and blast furnace are all free, which save you not only the time needed to upgrade, but also the actual upgrade costs. And Magyar cavalry archers can be upgraded to get extra range and extra attack. Their unique unit is the Magyar Hussar. This is basically a light cavalry unit, very similar to, but a little bit stronger than the regular Hussar, except that instead of having an attack bonus against monks, it actually has an attack bonus against siege units. Now, another difference is that the Magyar Hussar does cost a little bit of gold, although it can be upgraded to cost no gold at all. Now, to support its horse-based, fast-paced military out on the map, Magyar villagers can be much more aggressive earlier on in the game because they do only require one strike to kill any dangerous animals, any tigers, any lions, any Komodo dragons that are out on the map. And believe me, this one strike capability is incredibly powerful, even though it doesn't sound like much. If you've ever had a villager die to a wild animal, or if you've ever had a villager take an hour to kill a wild animal, you'll know how valuable this one strike bonus feature, whatever you want to call it, really is. Now, the blue Vietnamese, a civilization, basically an archer civilization, I would say, with two very cool archer units. The first is their unique unit. I'm talking, of course, about the CL.DracKeN archer. This is the second fastest foot archer in the game that has a pretty decent attack and comes with a crazy amount of pierce armor, making it very hard for enemy archers to engage and kill it. Now, the second is the other unique unit of the Vietnamese. I'm talking about the Imperial Skirmisher. This is basically a better armored version of the Elite Skirmisher that comes with a higher attack and bonus against foot archers and cav archers. Now, if that wasn't enough for you, all units that come out of the Vietnamese archery ranges do have 20% more HP. Now, to support their ranged units on the field of battle, conscription is for free, and Vietnamese elephants can actually be upgraded to get 100 extra HP, making them very chunky indeed. Now, to afford the cost of training your ranged units, all economic upgrades cost no wood, and Vietnamese lumberjacks can be upgraded at a later stage of the game to generate a small amount of gold while they cut trees. This is a very small amount of gold, remember, keep in mind. Now, one cool thing about the Vietnamese, unlike other civs that basically have features designed to keep them safe from raiding, I'm talking about greater line of sight, ability to garrison villagers in houses, etc. The Vietnamese actually have a feature that makes it easier for them to raid. Let's take a look at their vision, and I'll show you exactly what I mean. The Vietnamese start the game knowing exactly where their opponents are on the map. No need to scout, so you can laser beam focus right onto your opponent. Now, in an enclosed map like Arena, where we are right now, not exactly the most useful of features, but on an open map like Arabia, invaluable. Absolutely invaluable. Now, while I've been speaking about the civilizations, both players have gone up to 20 villagers, 25 on the docket for our purple Magyar, 23 for our blue Vietnamese. Now, if you've watched me cast arena games before, you know that I like to basically break it down into 3 stages of every arena game, or rather I should say most arena games, not every game. I never ever say 100% anything in Age of Empires, or the trolls will come out, the quote-unquote experts, and hammer you down with the 1 or 2 exceptions that exist. So let's put it at 95% of the games on Arena basically follow a 3-step plan. The first step is get your butt to castle as soon as possible. Second stage, once you hit castle, start pumping out monks and start gathering relics. As you can see, there are 5 in total. I don't know why I clicked the vision of the relics, but there are 5 relics. Once all 5 relics are collected, stage 2 is officially over. And my favorite stage, which hopefully is your favorite stage as well, stage 3 begins, where the players basically mass their armies and try to basically beat the ever-living snot out of each other. I am, of course, talking virtually, not in real life. A lot of these players are actually friends, which is pretty cool. That's why one of the many reasons I love this game. So while I've been talking about relics, let's see what the players have actually seen. 1 relic, 2 relic, 3 relic, 4 relics have been seen by our blue Vietnamese. Our purple Magyar has seen all 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for him. We'll see, as you can tell, as the players are going up to feudal, take a look at the top right. Our blue Vietnamese going up first. He is banking a bunch of resources. 2 villagers on gold should give him just enough gold to click up to castle once he builds his 2 requisite structures. A barracks going down, no doubt we'll see some kind of, I'm assuming an archery range. I've been talking the Vietnamese up as an archer civ. Would be weird not to see an archery range after I said that, but I've been known to be wrong many, many a time. Our purple Magyar now also going up to feudal on the back of 27 villagers. Also, take a look at the resource count. Should hit 200 gold very soon. 800 food needed to go up to castle. So basically, the whole strategy on Arena for these high elo players is start construction of buildings around the time so that when you hit feudal age, you can immediately plop down 2 more structures. In this case, a stable and a market. Okay, so yeah, of course, I say I think it's an archery range. He goes stables instead. Not the biggest of deals. Let's see. As always, I say leave it up to the players to kind of strategize their way through the civilizations. Just because I think a civ is one way doesn't necessarily mean it is going to be played that way. But again, going back to my point a minute ago, guys, if you've watched my streams, you know I interrupt myself. Literally exactly what I just did. I interrupted myself to tell you that I like to interrupt myself. Anyway, the whole point of this is to hit castle, build your 2 structures. In this case, again, a stable and a market. And take a look at the top right. Immediately go up to castle age. Immediately. And so that's why you'll see them going up to feudal on the back of more than the usual 20 villagers. Our purple player opting for a stable. And there ought to be 1 more structure somewhere here. Yeah, a blacksmith tucked away nice in the corner here. So he is going up to castle as well, although about 45 seconds behind his opponent. So Villese will have 45 seconds here of an advantage to build a monastery. So we're basically toward approaching the terminus of stage 1 of the game. I love this, by the way, by both players shoring up their primary wall defense with secondary houses. Never a bad idea on this map when players always like to attack each other, sometimes with towers, sometimes with siege, sometimes with castles. Again, leave it up to the players to decide what, but never a bad idea to wall off with a secondary wall off. 22 seconds away. Now, this is a pretty cool thing. Once they hit stage 2 of the game, which, like I said, is the relic gathering phase, army comes out to support, to do, I guess, 2 things. Number 1, to snipe enemy monks. And number 2, to support your own monks. Immediately, Ark of the Covenant comes down, should get lowered into the hole here. Immediately, light cavalry upgrade so that these 4 scout cavalry, the dirty third dozen, let's call them, become light cav. In 13 seconds, I suspect our purple Magyar will do basically the exact same thing. Let's see if I'm right on this point, at least. Okay, hits castle. Okay, light cav upgrade, similar. And this white thing dot here should be, okay, a monastery. So basically the exact same build out of both players, but again, 45-second advantage going to Villese, although he does not have the gold to build a monk just yet. Oh no, did he squander away his time advantage? Only time will tell. So these are now light cav. They should be able to get rid of these scout cav, shoo them away. One cool thing I've noticed more and more in the last month or two is the addition of spearmen into here, because again, your opponent is going to go light cavalry so that they can snipe your monks. So what's the natural counter to the light cav? It is in early Castle Age, of course, the spearmen. This is where I guess civs like Ethiopians shine. They get the pikeman upgrade for free, but most civs basically rely on their spearmen. A second town center going up for our purple Magyar, a second town center going up for our blue Vietnamese. Much luckier spawn for the secondary gold and the primary stone. I mean, look at this. Both of them capable of being mined from one town center, whereas the resources for purple a little bit more decentralized, but not the end of the world. We're talking a few, at most, what, 100 extra wood to build another mining camp. Excuse me. First relic here goes to our blue Vietnamese, despite the fact that he was gold blocked for a while. Purple wisely keeping a light cav here. If any blue monk tries to venture out on his own, he will immediately die. Look at the bonus attack on these for monks. 10 on a unit that has 35 HP and 0 armor. So you can see what kind of damage. A third town center going up for both players. Not a bad location for blue, not a bad location for purple. Lots of room for farms, lots of good juicy bamboo stalks here to chop down. Same exact same thing for blue. Same exact same thing. I'm sure there was a better way to word that. Oh, here we go. The light cav do catch. Purple's monk does lose the monk, but that relic is incredibly close. Should be able to get it. For now, 4 relics still contested. Blue not being too active. I think he's just trying to heal up his light cav here. Does not want to lose them. Where are the monks going? Wow. Okay, I thought he was abandoning his post for a second, but no, he is just on patrol command. And this monk has to be incredibly careful. I'm whispering. I don't want him to hear me. I don't want to... you know, what is it? The Heisenberg uncertainty principle or something like that. You don't want to observe something and then change the course of what you're observing. But let's see when he notices. Oh, his line of sight lets him notice exactly where that light cav is. But no, should not have gone into the base. Although, okay, he's going to lose that unit very quickly, I should think. But he's going to get some very good scouting. CL.DracKeN with his 1 light cav. I mean, take a look at what he's seeing of his opponent. He's going to see basically the entire base. Blue's vision extends to seeing exactly where his opponent is because, again, Vietnamese, and only the wall. So blue does not see anything. A bunch of units dying here in the center of the map. We are now tied at 1 relic apiece. Where is the third relic? I see 1 left, 2 left. So 1 relic is in the hands of somebody somewhere. Did it just got dropped off here? No, it did not. Okay, we'll keep an eye, see who gets that. Oh, here it is. Okay, so blue, escorted by a bunch of spearmen, a bunch of light cav, stops, warily looking onwards to see that the light cav has passed him by. Although with this many units, it's always a big question mark if these escorts actually do anything, because take a look at how quickly light cav kill monks, and take a look at how quick they are and how easy they can maneuver around big chunks rather of units. Sorry guys, my brain was stuck on Chunky Boy describing that 420 HP Vietnamese elephant when fully upgraded. I always like to call them the stoner elephants because their HP does reach 420. A 4th town center going up. Lots and lots of wood for our blue Vietnamese, although he's only got 14 villagers. Economic upgrades going down for both. Oh, sorry, I think I had an issue with the mic. Sanctity was researched for our Vietnamese, so his monks are going to have more HP. Take a look, 45 instead of 30, and now 1 monk tries to convert. Will not succeed. Will he get a... Oh, it does get a spearman. Okay. So 1 convert going down for blue. Will lose the monk, but should take a good amount of these light cav with him. Oh, wow. Talk about a Pyrrhic victory here for blue, or rather, oh no, purple. But does escape. I see 2 monk lines, 2 sniper lines, 2 more town centers going up for our purple Magyar. Are we going to see a giant boom out of both players, followed by a massive engage? I certainly hope so. We're 25 minutes into the game. We're up to 73 villagers, 76 villagers, 5 town centers for our Magyar player, 4 for our Vietnamese. Continuing to expand, both players going up to what, 84 villagers is our blue Vietnamese, going up to 89, 90, 91 is our purple Magyar. Let's see where this goes. For now, relic advantage firmly in our Vietnamese player's hands. Look at that, 4 relics to 1. So he has managed to outmaneuver. DracKeN has Villese. And so the longer this game goes on, the better for him, although does lose another monk. We'll see at the end of the day if all of these relics that he's collected were worth all the monks that died collecting them. I mean, remember, these are not trash units. These are not Bohemian upgraded monks. These are basic monks that cost a bunch of gold. But Villese says it doesn't really matter. My goal is to collect the relics. And now, building his first castle. I saw a bunch of resources disappear from the top right, which means he is going up to Imperial. Loom, Town Watch, Handcart. DracKeN is significantly invested in economic upgrades. And while the players have disengaged, let's actually take a look at the infrastructure that they built. I'm going to zoom out again. Apologies as always to anyone on a smaller screen. We've got our first archery range, a massive 27 minutes into the game. Castle is going down. Like I said, I wonder if that's for rattan archers. Purple, on the other hand, only 1 stable. Interesting. Okay, 3 archery ranges and an interestingly defensive castle here by our purple Magyar. Why is he ceding control of the map to his opponent? I mean, not that blue is moving out, not that blue is being any, showing any signs of any kind of aggression out on the map. I guess neither player. Purple must see this. Purple is chasing this blue light cab. I mean, you must suspect that you're chasing it for a reason. He's leading you on a merry chase around these parts. Is it to distract from whatever is happening in this dark gray zone? I have no idea. For now, 5 villagers coming forward. Yeah, exactly. It's to distract. You know, if your opponent is dragging you south, you have to realize, or at least think, or have the thought that there's a possibility that he's doing something to the north. In any event, purple now also heading up to Imperial Husbandry. Padded archer armor for his ranged units. He is building skirmishers. Okay, he's gonna see this castle now. Okay, I'm not too sure you really want to engage into an archer war with what I think is a great archer civilization here. I mean, take a look at the basic rattan archer. Starts with 4 pierce armor before any kind of upgrades. So these skirmishers are going to have a tough time. I mean, take a look, even skirmishers, how little damage they're going to deal to these guys. Look at that. Look at that HP, how it stands up even to skirmishers. So I'm not too sure why our Magyar player is going range units, but that is going to be really fun to watch if that's the direction of this game. Siege naturally coming out whenever you're whenever range unit comes out. For the most part, they are very flimsy. They are very low HP units, and so a few mangonels, a few onagers, a few catapults of any kind are always good. A defensive castle to protect the gold. Our Magyar player knows if he wants to get out any kind of hard-hitting units, he needs that gold. My God, these rattan archers are just going to kill these skirmishers. Remember, the skirmishers do also come with 4 pierce armor, but look how quickly they're taking care of these elite skirmishers. It's incredible. Good number of losses here, but I think if you're Magyar, okay, leather archer armor, chemistry, leather archer armor also going down for our blue Vietnamese, who will now discover the presence of this castle and discovers it in the worst way possible by taking a bunch of arrow fire to the face. Okay, these guys are just keeping an eye out, I guess, on the eastern portion of our Vietnamese base. More and more rattan archers. No, this is not for mangonels, catapults, or onagers of any kind. This is for bombard cannons. Our blue Vietnamese looking to be incredibly aggressive here. Another forward castle. 4 villagers still left on stone, but only 2, 3 villagers, 4 villagers. I don't know if that's enough, but what does purple really have here to contest these villagers? Oh God, if he clumps these guys up, the bombard cannons are just going to demolish them. Elite rattan archers on the way, Take a look at their Pierce armor in 10 seconds. Look at it. Right now it's 8. This is a Huskarl with a bow and arrow. Take a look at what happens when they get to elite. 6 plus 4. 10 Pierce armor on these units. That's just incredible. Okay, we're getting infantry defensive upgrades for, I guess, these 7 pikemen that he's got somewhere out on the map. But for now, rattan archers with bombard cannons massacring this Magyar line, trying desperately to hold the entrance to the base. Oh god, this castle is going to go down, isn't it? 4 bombard cannons uncontested, but 1 goes down, 1 goes up. Don't mind this location at all. Basically what purple has done is secured the entire southern perimeter of the map. Although there really only is just some gold here. There's not a lot of other resources. Actually, there's the stone as well, which he's been mining basically the entirety of the game. Let's take a look at his infrastructure. He's got 8 stables, 7 now. 8 archery ranges. I mean, infrastructure-wise, purple is doing great. Resource-wise, he's doing great. Why is he not producing anything out of these stables, though? I'm struggling here. The melee armor for these rattan archers is terrible. A few hussars are not going to do it. They're going to get decimated. I don't think they're going to get a single bombard cannon. Now, the one relic that he does have is no longer generating gold. He's losing infrastructure, which was, for some reason, placed in an incredibly forward position. He's investing his resources in cavalry archers. Okay, definitely a strategy. Heavy cavalry archer. Tell me what you think. Should he be going heavy cavalry archer, or should he just be pumping out an inordinate amount of hussars? He is supply blocked. He is housed at 185. Was at 190 a second ago. More houses being built. A very defensive castle going up in the back of his base. But again, should he be building a composition that has heavy cavalry archers, or should he be building something else? Should he be building siege? For now, he's sending his units to die one at a time for some bizarre reason. I mean, Magyars do have onagers, right? More stables going down, but you had stables 5 seconds ago. You didn't use them to do anything. But finally, we've got 19 hussars on the way. Okay, now he just needs to hope that this is enough of an army here so that he can continue pumping out hussars. Defender's advantage, less of a distance for his hussars to travel. But my god, they're being picked apart by these rattan archers, while these skirmishers and heavy cavalry archers do nothing. Oh my goodness, these rattan archers just too powerful. Bombard cannon's not really participating. You might want to bring these forward to attack these heavy cavalry archers, no? Oh my goodness, these rattan archers. How many kills on this clump here? 36 kills so far. That's going to go up. Defensive trebs unpacking, ready to take on this one treb. Bet these players wish they had Warwolf, the Britain upgrade that makes them basically 100% accurate against stationary units. It looked for a second like the treb killed his own hussar, and now purple is being pushed back. We've got one rattan archer who has managed to clear out this entire gold line, but the action remains firmly in the center of DracKeN's base. I mean, he's got more stables here. Pump out hussars, hussars, hussars all the live long day, which is exactly what he's doing. He's got 15 in production at any time, but stop throwing them away. I guess what choice does he really have, right? If he doesn't put any pressure on blue is just going to continue moving in. But any pressure he can is just too little too late. Although there's a good number of hussars here. Let's see if he can clean up these rattan archers. Focus on the halberdiers. Use your heavy cavalry archers for the halberdiers. Use your hussars for the rattan archers. Paper money going down for our blue Vietnamese. He is in this game for the long haul. Those lumberjacks, of which he has only 26. Oh my god, guys, while we weren't looking, he's building 11 elephants. And once purple sees this, he's gonna know he's in trouble. 420 HP on these big stoner elite battle elephants. This changes the entire dynamic. I don't think purple was expecting a tech switch into elephants. He's got to run away. He's got to regroup. He's got to come up with a big old meat shield. Okay, or he has to just GG. Oh, wow. 420 HP on the elephants, quitting at exactly 420, or, 42, close enough. For whoever smokes a bowl before they watch this or they play this, this is definitely the game for you. Wow, what a surprise tech switch. I was so focused on the battle going on here, trying to catch every minute detail, trying to see who's killing what, what's killing what. I completely did not see the tech switch to elite battle elephants. Villese coming out with the shocker. And now what the hell do you have to deal with 5,000 HP of battle elephants? You literally have nothing. You have a bunch of ranged units, which are going to take forever. These guys have 5 pierce armor, attack on a 16. My goodness, plus 7 attack bonus against buildings. They will shred through DracKeN's base. Wow, what a beautiful tech switch here out of Villese at the right moment, at the right time, pounces on his opponent. Let's take a look at his infrastructure. I'm going to zoom out again, as always. Sorry to anyone on a smaller screen, but we are looking at 5 barracks, 6 stables, 3 siege workshops, and only 2 archery rangers. I'm surprised he even had 2. He was only producing rattan archers out of these 3 castles, a 4th one going down. This castle, after the demolition of the western one, the eastern one will fall as well to this single trebuchet. And my goodness, did Villese just not give DracKeN the even an inch of room here? I mean, let's take a look at DracKeN's infrastructure. I don't think it's terrible. Okay, 10 stables. Where's this one that's not being built? Okay, it's here in the back, so not the most important one. 9 active stables for him, 6 archery ranges. He's got a bunch of trash resources, meaning wood and food. The only thing he doesn't have is time and a response to these battle elephants, although did manage to knock down the bombard cannon count to just the 1 that's here. Let's take a look at that again. I want to see exactly, because for a second here it did look like DracKeN was about to, steamroll over his opponent, even though he's only got 2 trebs. Where are his 2 trebs, by the way? So they're making their way north. 1 is very badly damaged. 1 more shot from literally anything will take that treb down. Blue's treb here in the center is also badly damaged. So what are we looking at here? 15 hussars. How are the upgrades on these guys? Okay, fully upgraded 15 hussars. We've got 13 heavy cavalry archers. We're not even going to count the elite skirmishers. Okay, 23 rattan. Not a lot of halberdiers, only 8 in this little clump, and 3 bombard cannons. Let's see what happens. Let's watch in slow motion. Rattan archers doing what they do, just being arranged units firing arrows at the hussars. In come the halberdiers. I'll keep an eye out on these bombard cannons, see how exactly they died. But now the rattan archers are in trouble. They need to retreat. But in retreating, he leaves behind, leaves exposed his bombard cannons. 1 halberdier left, although reinforcements streaming from the east. And now the bombard cannons are under attack. Loses the first one. Yeah, these hussars are basically exactly what he needs. Loses the second one to archer fire. The third one should also go down at some point. Elephants starting to mass on the right. I mean, would have done well to maybe attack this treb and regrouped. I mean, he has the army supply lead, 40 to 38. Does our purple Magyar, but then runs straight into a battle elephant. And let's take a look at his vision. I wonder when exactly he decided to resign. Is it exactly when he saw the battle? Okay, so he sees them coming in from the right. And now he's basically... he knows he's in trouble. His castle here is about to fall to this 1 treb. He does not have the ability to fight that off at all. And in come the battle elephants. And it is probably at this moment in 10 in-game seconds that our purple Magyar decides to call it. Yeah, there's nothing he can do here. It doesn't look like this castle is going to go up. I mean, it will go up. Right? It's at 43%. Yeah, very interesting why DracKeN decided to call it at this moment. I mean, he could have potentially put up a massive meat shield here, right? He's got enough resources for 10 more Hussars. Or rather, what am I talking about? These are Magyar Hussars. So more than 10, right? Because they're 15% off. But his opponent going up to 18 battle elephants. I mean, he doesn't know that. He only sees what? Only 10? Like I said, 4,000 HP here, not including the ones that are coming up. 4,000 HP that he needs to deal with. All his Hussars are basically dead. He's got 3 left on the field of battle. Take a look at their HP. 110 HP does not beat 4,000 HP. He's going to lose his castle here. He knows he's going to lose both these castles. He does not have the gold to build any kind of trebs here, or in fact anything. There's a bunch of halberdiers. He's going to need a what? How many do you think? 7, 8, 9, 10 Hussars to be able to take this treb before these 7 halberdiers decimate them. And then you know your opponent's building. He'll have vision of this castle. He'll see that it's going up. Does he have vision of it now? He does not. And then with that, all of a sudden, what is this? About a third of your industrial capacity is now jeopardized. And so Purple, knowing that he's facing a multi-pronged attack, or at least the beginnings of a multi-pronged attack, seeing this incredibly powerful unit, which surprised me as well, decides to tap out. Although, again, not bad infrastructure out of DracKeN. I mean, take a look at his Elo, 2533. Not a bad Elo at all, you could say. And so this is the kind of infrastructure that I do expect from these high Elo players. Blue has just taken dominion rather over the map. With this castle going up, will be able to cut this map basically in half. This castle is donezo, which means there's now how much gold? 1,000 extra gold here to build battle elephants, to build rattan archers. And Blue just, I don't think, can be stopped. Even though army supply is incredibly similar, 37 to 40, it's the quality of the army that really matters. 20 elite skirmishers are going to do diddly squat, diddly squat to these elite battle elephants. I'm just wondering, the rattan archers. Yeah, so they do have what is that, 7... So they do take a good amount of HP. The problem is with these rattan archers, they're just so much pierce armor. And now that they're backed up by these elite battle elephants, I mean, yeah, DracKeN saw the writing on the wall. He knew that the first domino had fallen. He knows how this plays out, especially with this many battle elephants literally about to enter his base. Even if his castle goes up, remember, professional players are as allergic and have a intolerance to murder holes as my stomach does to ice cream. And so DracKeN decides to tap out. Villese gets the W, but GG to both players. Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips and make sure to subscribe and enable notifications so that you're notified of my latest uploads.